Hello, this is Dr. Stanley Lang, and welcome to this broadcast, which is on truth and consequences, kind of a takeoff on a old television show that used to be called Truth or Consequences. The basic model that I'm using is the model of whole person health. That's health of body, mind, and spirit. And of course, today we're focusing on spiritual health. And I was thinking today about how hostile much of our society has gotten to people who are attempting to speak truth. And when one attempts to speak truth, and somebody who is living on the other end of the spectrum of what that truth is, they don't want to hear it, and they don't want to be reminded of it, and they don't want to be confronted. And this is the degree of incivility that has happened over the last several years, and the way it's increasing is significant, but it's really not new. I was thinking about this back earlier this morning when I was reading scripture, and the story that I was reading was when Jesus was talking to people at Nazareth, and he basically was in the synagogue and he made the whole town mad, and they rapidly escorted him out of the synagogue with the intention to throw him off the cliff. Of course, he walked through the crowd. And then the next scripture I read was Paul at some place on his journeys being stoned, and the people thought that they'd killed him. They dragged him out of town, but he was not dead. And his disciples protected him until he got up and actually went back into town to continue speaking truth. And the point is that the idea of people reacting vigorously against truth is not a new thing. It's as ancient as can be. And one of the things that we have to be prepared to do now in this day and age is that if we want to speak truth, if we want to speak spiritual truth, we have to be prepared that there's going to be a backlash. There always will be some sort of a backlash. Now, Jesus also told us to be wise in how we spread the good news. We don't have to be in your face kind of with truth, but people will reject truth if they're not seeking truth. If they're not seeking truth, they're going to reject it. And so we should expect that that's going to happen. Now, in my own experience as a doctor, when I try to share things that I consider to be true about a person's health, some people really embrace that because they really want to get better. But some people completely reject it. They just want a pill to make them feel better, but they don't want to get better from the inside out. And unfortunately, most people are like that. But because a significant minority of people are not like that, they actually are seeking truth and they're just confused, we are responsible for going out and speaking truth. But there are consequences. We have to be ready to accept them. It's just part of the journey. It's part of being spiritually healthy. If we sit back with truth, that we know it's the truth, and we say nothing to somebody who is dying from lack of truth, we're not going to be in a good place. And so I want to encourage you to speak truth, understanding, yeah, there's consequences sometimes. And unfortunately, the incivility makes the consequences worse than it used to be. But still, many people can be brought to the truth because they are seeking it. And if people are seeking truth and they hear the truth, it resonates with them. So I encourage you to be disciplined about bringing truth to other people in a gentle way and also in a loving way. And when we speak the truth truly in love, it definitely softens it for people. So I wish you well. God bless and have a great day.